Hello everyone, welcome on back to Moss Valley. Alright, well, if you can't tell, I have 2 hoeing contracts accepted. Like I mentioned last time, we'd likely do some contracts this month alongside the spraying we have for field 34, the big soybean field. So yeah, this one's going to field 35, and then 73 is the John Deere. They're both quite a ways away. They both are. Yeah, the plan is I'll probably have workers work on the hoeing contracts. And then I'll probably do the spraying myself. And as long as I have time, I will probably do a bale wrapping contract. There's 2 of those. I haven't really done bale wrapping. Really? Have I done bale wrapping much? In 25. I don't know if I have. Yeah, I don't think I really have. Actually, I have. I did it in Houton. That's right, because I did total mixed ration in Houton. So very little. Yeah, that's the sole time, and that's been a while, so probably be good to do it again. It's been a minute, so yeah, that field is absolutely massive, and it takes a lot longer than you would think to actually get it sprayed. I think last time when I did it, it took around 20 minutes of real time to do the whole thing. Might have been a little bit more even, so quite a bit of time to do that whole field. So the bale wrapping is more so a hope I can do it. I would imagine we'd have enough time, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. I think this way was the closest it looked. It would have been really close if there wasn't a fence and I could have just took a shortcut straight through the woods, but that is not the case. That is not the case. There should be a road coming up, and that'll take us around to that other side. We haven't been over there that much. Where the John Deere one is, we have been down that direction once to sell something. I forget what we sold, but we sold something down that way. It's good exploring the map some more, though. We don't always get chances to do this that much in map playthroughs. It's just, it's one of those things, you're not always going around driving to every single field and checking everything out. You're kind of on your farm for the majority of it, so sometimes it's nice to be able to do some of these contracts just to be able to explore a little bit more. Alright, let's get this unfolded, and then we'll let a worker kind of do their thing. Alright, now we hop over to John Deere. This one's going all the way down here. We have been to Ridgeway Goods before, as far as I know. Might have been the bale station. We've been in this general area, though. I'm thinking we'll probably end up taking this path all the way down. Alright, well, here we are. Oh, there's the gate right there. We went just past it. Just checking on that little island piece if there's any like collectibles out there, but I can't really see that well. I don't know, it just seems like a spot there might be one. But like I said, I don't see anything there. I have found one of like 10. I think there's 10 total, so I mean, that's what, 10%? It could be worse, right? Right. Let's just have a worker go ahead and start up on that. The other one is already 55% done, which is kind of insane. I didn't think it would finish out that quickly, but yeah, I doubt there's anything here. It just seems like a spot where there might be one, but yeah, I don't see anything though. All right, let's go to the Massey. We'll go ahead and start up the spraying. Do I need any more herbicide? I don't think so. 1,500 liters should take me a ways. Do I have any extra in here? No, I don't. I'll buy a little bit more. 1,000 liters. Then I'm just guaranteed, basically, to last the whole way, which I think 1,500 wouldn't have a problem. But the one time I assume that is the one time it will have a problem. Yeah, it is spot and spray, so we use very, very little weeds, though. Very, very little herbicide. Yeah, last time, like I said, I did this field. It took quite a bit of real time, which ends up taking a lot of the recording length time. Just like I've mentioned in other series and stuff, I've always kind of kept to about an hour length of real-time recording, and whatever it gets cut to, it gets cut to, you know. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 35 minutes. And obviously, a time lapse that is 25 minutes of real time, all of a sudden it becomes 2.5 minutes. Well, all of a sudden you're cutting over 20 minutes out of the video just like that. But can cut out quite a bit that way. But I know I generally stick to like, what, 2 time lapses a video? Sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 3. It's just, you know, it varies, but usually right around 2. 2 of decent length. Well, I think I'll probably just go ahead and start a time lapse for this, so I'll check everyone once the time lapse is done.
All I really wanna know is, will you be mine? And all I really think about is, when will you be mine? Don't you get trapped inside your thoughts, trying so hard to guess the plot? 'Cause when we meet, you'll see the wait was really worth it. I would wait forever, 'cause I got faith, it's just a matter of time. All of the nights without you, I will just keep on waiting for you. For you.
Alright, so we're just about done here with the spraying. Just the final strip, it looks like. And it was about 20 minutes like I guessed in real time at least, for the whole field. Of course, both of the hoeing contracts are officially done now. So once this is done, we can probably get those collected. The one was, what, $5,000, and the other was $3.5. So it's a fairly good amount of money. $9,000 probably. Obviously, that's probably not including the lease cost, the borrow items cost in there. Just about done. Alright, let's just take a look, make sure everything is a-okay and perfect in this field. Yeah, that looks really good. Better than 33 even. There's a lot of fields around here that need to be sprayed or hoed. I don't think we have any other contracts, do we? There's a weeding one, but no, nothing for... We'll get this up to the farm. I'll have to check when that rain is supposed to hit, if it's going to be super soon or not. Hopefully not. Just because obviously I want to try to do any sort of contracts or anything. I prefer not to do them in the rain, just personally. Yeah. Well, we'll make it back. We'll get this parked into the shed, and then I'll get everything collected. We'll take a look at what's available. There shouldn't be anything to sell in May, but I will double check just in case. I have to do the daily writing on Thor too. I have not did that yet. But that is on the list. It is on the list. I gotta remember, the back tires do turn, I'm pretty sure, on this sprayer. It turns pretty quick. Pretty sharp. Alright, let's get both of these collected. It's a decent amount of money. Not like a ton, but it's a decent amount. It's a decent amount. Alright, let's take a look, see what we have available. So we would have this bale wrapping. It would be almost, well, it wouldn't be quite $8,000. It'd be like $7,500 once you figure in the lease equipment cost. I did drive by that field. It's a fairly good sized field, but I would imagine we'd be able to finish it out just fine. And then we have this, which is field 80. This is 16. 16's up here. Yep, and field 80 is way down here. The very far corner field. I'm more so leaning towards doing the bale wrapping. I think I'll be doing it. I don't think I'll have a worker do it. If I had a chainsaw, I'd go and do this, because they're easy to do. Curious how much a chainsaw is. We'll borrow the items. Would I make the money back, basically? That's what I'm curious about. Chainsaw. Barely? I'd make like $300. I don't think I have one. Yeah, I do not. So I'd make $300. They can be difficult to see sometimes, but it looks to be a fairly small area. So I'm going to do that one as well. Hopefully I don't regret it. I think we'll just go with the steel branded one. Why not? Let's just probably visit this area. Well, I see a bunch right away. So that's a good sign. There was 9 total. And I see, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all very easily visible. I was going to take a look when it was going to rain. Okay, way late into the day. I remember one time in Riverbend Springs, I was doing a deadwood contract, and I remember I was probably spending 15-20 minutes looking for this deadwood tree, right? And eventually I found it. It was grown inside of another tree. I was able to cut just the top of it, and it thankfully counted. Because otherwise I would have had to take the penalty, and I think the penalty's quite a bit on these. The penalty, does it say? Penalty per tree is $2,000. So that's your entire contract and a penalty just for missing one tree that I wouldn't have been able to get just because of a bug. That's the only time I've ever seen that happen, though. I just remember I was able to see the top of it, but I couldn't ever, like, then I'd go towards the direction, I would never find it. Well, eventually, I think I ended up using, like, flight mode or something to find it, because it was that difficult to find. If you have a sawmill or anything, the deadwood trees are a pretty good way to keep it going. They're not gonna keep it going for months on end, but they are kind of nice to do for those. If you have your own little sawmill or something, you can make pretty good money off of them. Just obviously make sure you bring them and put them into your sawmill before you collect your contract, because otherwise they disappear. As you can probably see, they disappeared. Yeah, I've done that before, and you can make some pretty good money. You know, I don't remember if I mentioned, but I did make a little bit of a path towards that sell point. I did try to change the ground level a little bit, so hopefully it's a little bit easier to hit the actual trigger point now. Fingers crossed on that, but we'll find out when I end up going to sell buffalo milk next. That's just right down here. Just the field right next to where we were working. I see quite a few bales out there, so we'll see how long this will take. Not like a ton, but yeah, there's definitely there's a handful. There's a handful. I'm not sure how much bale wrap this will use per bale. That's kind of my question, I guess, too. Is this going to be something where I kind of wish I had more bale wrap? Yeah, that used very, very little. So, yeah, I think we'll be alright. Not that concerned about it. All the way down there, yeah. I mean, there's probably 20 bales total. Probably. Not terrible. I think what I'll go ahead and do here, I'll just start up another time lapse. We'll get this done fairly quickly, so I'll text everyone now. Once the time lapse is done.
All you really gotta do is keep me on your mind. Just keep me on your mind, yeah. And all we really gotta do is not give up. I would wait forever, 'cause I got faith, it's just a matter of time.
Alright, well, that should be all the bales, I think. That was 99%. Oh, thank God. For a second, I was like, that's only 99%. So there is no room for error on the bale wrapping ones, which makes sense. I mean, if you're being hired to wrap bales, you should wrap them all. It does make sense, but... Alright, let's go ahead and collect the contract. 7.5 grand. So pretty good money there. Certainly can't complain at least, so that's good. Before I forget, I'm just gonna hop over here to Thor. I have not gotten his daily riding done yet today. So it's good to get it done, hopefully now that I remember. Gotta back it up so I can jump the fence. There we go. But yeah, well, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.